Wiant with the Venture Cafe Foundation. You know us from running many sites and programs around Boston for connecting the innovation community, innovation startup community. We've introduced a new resource for the startup community a couple weeks ago, and we're going to try no live demo. What happened? It's not up on the screen. We're going to try something risky, which is a live demo. So we've introduced StartHub. I've been doing startups for a long time, and I've also been helping startups for a long time. And one thing we consistently hear is that there's a lot of support services out there, but they're very fragmented, they're difficult to find, difficult to get a good feel for what's happening all around Boston and the greater Boston community. So we started working on this last year. We partnered with the City of Boston, IBM, and a platform provider called Gust to announce and develop and launch StartHub a couple weeks ago down in Roxbury. This is meant to be a homepage or a comprehensive site for people who are trying to start and grow companies to go to find out what resources you might need to get started. Whether that's classes or workshops or connections to angels or monies and banks or lawyers, or just trying to find people that you may want to hire, as well as working in places you may want to work. So this is starthub.org. We'll try a little live walkthrough. This is the home page for Wiant. You'll see it's got a nice, it's an app, it's a PC. I may have a little problems here. We'll see what happens. There we go. So homepage, one starts giving a listing of all the different types of categories, startups, where they're located. You can click down through this to get a more detailed view. It's a number of events which are happening locally, jobs, investors, and workspaces at the top level. I should also mention this is an MVP, so not all the content is in here. And we're partnering with many groups across the city and locations to get them connected in to provide additional information so it will become more robust over time. Obviously, there's more than 800 startups in the Boston area. And hopefully with the community support, we'll be building out that number as people input their categories. Also on the homepage is the highlights of featured events, news in the startup community, some videos from people who are doing some interesting stuff, highlighting some voices who are doing a lot of blogging, such as Dharmesh and Sarah, and then other listing of resources, kind of the highlights of the entire site on the first page. As well as you can see, there's a whole bit of a tweet stream, blog stream on the right-hand side. If you're looking for events, which a lot of people start with, there we go. Bring up an event category. We do highlight some of the more interesting featured events at the top, and then once again, you go down through a listing of events, and you put in keywords to find things which might be appropriate for you. All of the locations and resources have this little nifty little, come on, mouse, work with me, there we go, sections right here. You don't see your event listed, you don't see your job listed, you don't see your startup listed, you don't see your resource, put it in. And so it's meant to be, community helps to create the content, it's giving back. If you give back your knowledge and your inputs, then you'll help other people grow out. Jobs are similarly, so looking for jobs, feature some of the top ones, and then you can do some sorting about keywords, find what jobs are available. If I go down through, let's try workspaces, for example. Where are we going to work? Where are we going to hang out and do stuff? So, listing some of the featured ones, and a whole listing categorized by different categories to look at for different types of co-working spaces or lease spaces you may want to look at. And my mouse isn't cooperating. Here we go, back up to the top again. And let's go over to investors. So if you want looking for angel and VCs, you want to look at. So again, whole listing of categorize sources for funding, and then if you're an investor or VC, you can enter your own information in. So that's StartHub. 60 seconds, is that what it is? Excellent. I'm right on time then. So this is the site. It's meant to be a community tool. It is online. It's major partnerships. The City of Boston is helping us, but all the other local municipalities. So we're going out to 495. It's a greater Boston tool. IBM's a sponsor for it. Venture Cafe plays the role as the program manager. We are looking to hire another program manager to work on this. So if you're interested in being a community manager, community connector for this, come see us right afterwards. And at this point, we'll turn it over to questions. Dave, how's my doing? At the timing? Excellent. Questions? Go ahead. Barry, you're up.
How do you make revenue?
This is not a revenue generator. This is a community tool. As I mentioned, IBM's the only sponsor for this, and Venture Cafe is a nonprofit. So we do this as part of our services back to the startup community. Any other tools? Jack.
What What's the range? It says the Boston Star, but how, you said 495?
Yeah, we're using right now, we're saying Greater Boston, and right now we're using Route 495 as the geographical part for that. Just helps to sort things out. Dave, go ahead.
How do you see yourself in relation to other local startup aggregation sites?
They're our partners. So we're working with all the major calendar providers, job providers, to bring up their information. When we take information from their sites, either through APIs or manually inputted, we recognize them as a content partner on that piece of information. We're typically just taking the introductory information. So if you want to get more information about that, say that event or that job, then you go right back down to their site to get the more details. And you don't have a name tag, so I can't call on you. What's your name? Oh, okay, got it. Snuck in early, huh? Shiva, how are you? Good. What's your question?
What do startups do in order to get into the list? Do you find them, or startups have to?
Every page has got an opportunity for you can go over here and enter your own startup company. So if you go back to this page, there we go. And all the pages have got this enter your startup tech comment right down through here. We're moving that up the page. I think it's a little bit too low. And then we are proactively outreaching to the startup collectives, workspaces, aggregators to get the word out to their groups to put the information in. And we're using our for example, our Venture Cafe newsletter to make people aware of it to get their information loaded in. Other folks. All right, and last 1, 2, 3. I think I'm done. Chris, back to you. Thank you very much.